What will the Fed come up with in their meeting this week? Let's talk about it on Today in Mortgages. Hey, what's up, Dreammakers? Welcome back to the show. We're talking about what's real, what's hype, and what you should actually be paying attention to out there in the world of mortgage and real estate news. It is Today in Mortgage. As always, I've got the man, the myth, the legend, Rich Jefferson, here with me today to talk about all things mortgage related. How you doing, Rich?
Real good, Michael. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, hey, today the Fed has started their meeting. We probably won't hear too much out of them until tomorrow, but I wanted to talk a little bit about it, Rich. What do you think's going on in that meeting right now?
Cut. I hope there's been a lot of data to support a cut.
So you think there could be a cut today and not wait until September?
No,
what do you think the chances are?
Hey, listen, we don't know what to expect. Maybe it's already baked in, so it really doesn't matter. But it's likely to be September.
So that would be pretty great. We'll see what happens. But I brought it up because obviously that's the big news this week. We're going to be waiting to see what at least the comments are from Jerome Powell. But we're looking at an article today from CNBC that's talking about this rate cuts. I'm going to give you the title, Rich. It says the first Fed interest rate cut in years is on the horizon. Here's what homeowners, buyers need to know. So the kind of crux of this article, Rich, is that, like you said already, some of these rate cuts that we're anticipating have already been baked into the kind of street market value that we're seeing in mortgages, right?
Yeah, it's in there now. I mean, if you just look at the graph and where rates are going, you can see just since October of 2023, we're down a full percentage point in interest rate. That was the high mark, October 2023. I think it was 7.78 or something, 7.79, right around there. Now we're down to 6.79, 6.78, right around there. A full percentage point in just 8 months, 9 months. I mean, that's big. In fact, we're already seeing a lot of those people that bought in October and November of last year asking about a refinance now because it's a full percentage point lower. That's significant. So, and they may likely refinance again in a year. It all depends on what the return on investment is for the refinance.
So, Rich, we're looking at this chart. I'll throw it up on the screen, put it in the show notes. But it's interesting because there's been so much variance over the last year. But remind us when the last actual hike was from the Fed.
A year ago.
Yeah.
July 2023.
So,
and I'm glad that's behind us.
Yeah, exactly. But that's interesting to look at because some people might not understand that, even if the Fed is not actively changing their rate, the street rate for mortgage and other things like your interest rate to bank, your car loans, that kind of thing, there can be a lot of variance in that, even though that rate from the Fed stays consistent.
Yeah, the 10-year Treasury continues to climb. It all depends on, who are the buyers and what do the buyers expect in return in the market, because mortgage-backed securities are traded all over the world. And so for someone to take on an interest rate, a note, invest in a note that they think may be runoff, right? Everybody's talking about, well, rates are going to be lower next year. Okay, well, how am I going to invest in this if the return isn't there within the next year? So what happens is that those treasury, those bonds, the rate of return gets a little bit higher, which is we're all seeing the benefits of it in our savings accounts and maybe some CDs we're putting aside, but that hurts the street rate. And now we're starting to see all that come down. Listen, what was the 10-year this morning? 4.15 when we opened. So we're coming down.
And that's part of that baking in that you're talking about of these anticipated rate cuts. And so, Rich, this is what it is. We're going to hear more about this today and tomorrow. We'll probably talk about it on this show on Thursday. But I want to ask a quick hypothetical question. So if you had bought a house last year, 7.5 interest rate, where would you need to see rates get to for you to jump into a refinance?
Well, I would need to see that whatever the cost is for me to refinance, I'd want to see my return on investment within 24 months max, because you're likely going to refinance again. So, keep it short term. What I would do, Michael, is I would just get prepped. Whoever you bought your home from, whoever the mortgage advisor that assisted you with your home purchase, I'd be reaching out to them today and get ready to pull the trigger. Maybe there's some cash out opportunity. Don't overlook that, because credit card balances are rising for everybody, and that's at 28%. So, maybe you can leverage some of the equity you've earned over the last, 2 or 3 years. There's just lots of opportunity for a homeowner today to take advantage.
And if you are a mortgage professional out there, now is the time to be checking that database, because people and customers out there are going to be starting to see this in the news. Hey, rate cuts coming. Should I refinance? And if you don't reach out to them, someone else is definitely going to. So check on that. Be prepared to be busy, hopefully in the fall and the spring. Crossing our fingers for a little bit of a busy season. We all need it. So, Rich, any final words you want to say on this?
Loan officers, hug and love on your clients. You've got something great. You've got some payment savings to get out there. And for homeowners, reach out to your mortgage advisor, inquire. It doesn't mean you have to commit. Just know where you stand today, because it may make sense right now for you.
All right. Well, you heard it here. We'll talk more about this next time on Thursday. Until then, thanks so much for joining us on Today in Mortgages. Today in Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and/or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.